Hey, hey, welcome back to Passports, Profits, and Pixie Dust. I'm Lindsay Dollinger, travel agency owner of At Last I See the World Travel, marketing strategist for travel advisors, and basically just your go-to girl for turning your love of travel into real income. And today's episode is a very special one because today, March 30th, if you're watching this or listening to this live, I turn 39. It is my birthday. 39, almost 40. Seems crazy. I'm like, I still feel like I'm 21, right? Anyone else feel like that? Um, so it just, all kind of feels a little bit wild, right? As you start to get older and you have birthdays, you're just like, what is happening? But I am currently on a boat. All goes well because I'm batching out ahead of time like I always do. So I'm on the Carnival Valor. We get on it today, 5 nights, and it's like the eastern coast of Mexico because we were sailing out of New Orleans for the first time. And we drove down to New Orleans. I'm talking about this in the future because we have not done it yet. But the time you listen to this is the plan, is that we're driving down to New Orleans. We're going to New Orleans for a couple days. It's my dad's probably one of his favorite cities in the United States. We've been a few times. I love it. I definitely think everyone should go and visit, and it's extremely unique city. I'm more like a beach girl, but beach or Spanish, Spain, give me all the Spain. But anyway, we love New Orleans, so we're going down there first, and then we boarded the ship today, or we're getting ready to board it. If you're listening to this super early in the morning, we're going to be gone all week, and we have one new stop, which is in Progreso, Mexico, and then we're stopping in Cozumel a couple sea days, and then we will be off the boat on Saturday. So stay tuned. Look in my stories at Lindsay Dollinger on Facebook or Instagram, and you can follow along with us to see all the things. So because in some ways I feel like I just started figuring out life and business, and in other ways I feel like I've already lived a million different entrepreneurial lifetimes, right? I wanted to share a special episode today of just 39 lessons that I have learned because I've built the businesses, I've pivoted the businesses. If you've been along on the ride, you know this, even this podcast has had several different names. I've hosted retreats and had memberships and masterminds and podcasts and courses and all the things. I belong to multiple host agencies. I've started now my own travel agency. I've built the communities, and I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. And I've also learned a lot of lessons along the way. So that's where we're going today. 39 lessons from life and entrepreneurship before turning 39. A lot of them are business, like I said, some are mindset, some are things that I just wish someone had not only told me sooner, and maybe they did, but that I just understood earlier than I do. And honestly, I'm just looking forward to continuing to learn these things and to grow with them, and not even just to learn them, but like I said, really embody even more lessons moving forward in life. So these are in no particular order. Grab your coffee, grab your champagne, your wine, whatever your deal is, your flavored water, and let's dive in. So, lesson number one, you don't need permission to start a business. You don't need to have a fancy certification or a degree. No magical moment. Just decide, right? And just like anything that I do in life, decide and go all in. Like, we're not half-assing things around here. We are full-assing. We're going all the way in, right? Go all in and treat your business like a business from day one. And we could go into a whole podcast about that in itself, but that's going to be my lesson one. You don't need anyone else's permission, just your own. Decide and go all in. Lesson number two, done is better than perfect, no matter what we're doing in life. Whether we are doing a workout that you don't want to do, which is me in about 5 minutes when we get done with this episode, not 5, but a little more than 5. Done is better than perfect. You're at least showing up for yourself and you are keeping those commitments that you make to yourself and to your business. Perfectionism is just fear, wearing a fancy outfit, right? We don't need to do that. So done is better than perfect. Lesson number 3, your first version is going to be messy. Your first program, your first website, your first sales page, your first trip that you are booking for a client. Hey, heck, I even just, this is so embarrassing, guys, was booking my own flights, thankfully, to Peru for this summer. We're going to Peru, my family. I studied abroad in Peru in 2011. And we were supposed to go back. I planned a whole trip for July 2020. Well, you know what happened. So we're doing that trip a little bit abbreviated. We're not going to do the whole thing. We're not going to do the Amazon this time, which I'm kind of bummed about because that's the one area in Peru I haven't been able to go. But anyway, I'm booking this trip, right? And we're doing overnight flights there and back, which I really hate. I was really trying for during the day flights. But just timing wise and layovers, it just was not working out. So the ones that worked were overnight. I booked them for the wrong date. I booked them for the wrong date coming home. We're supposed to be home on the 16th, and I booked them the 16th, but they were overnight, so it wasn't us getting home until the 17th. And I realized as I was putting them into turn, thankfully, that I had booked them wrong. So I immediately went and changed it. And even though they were non-refundable tickets, everything's refundable within the first 24 hours after booking, at least with American Airlines. And then you could get a credit. But anyway, I ended up getting my money back and switching. And it actually ended up being cheaper, which was a win-win all the way around. But yeah, first version's going to be messy. Hell, your 200th version might be messy too. That's okay. That's all right. All right. We learn from it. We grow. We get better as we go. And yeah, we're still human and make mistakes sometimes. Maybe that needs to be a lesson too. Lesson 4, visibility solves a lot of business problems. Most people just need to know that you exist. Lesson 5, consistency beats intensity. And I have said this pretty much always. If you were around from my social selling sisterhood days, I used to really preach the 3 C's: content, connections, consistency. Consistency beats intensity every time. One post every day beats a burst of motivation once a month. Hands down. Lesson 6, your audience does not see your content as often as you think. You can repeat things. You can say things a lot, and you need to say things a lot because they are not seeing your stuff, friend. Lesson 7, if you confuse people, they won't buy. This one is huge for me because I am so multi-passionate, and you guys know that. It has been so hard for me to narrow down and just focus on my travel agency. You have no idea. Like, I have a million different programs made in the background. And some of them I could still be selling, and I do sell. Like, you can head to my website and check out like my passive stuff, that like my different courses and things. Some things aren't even listed. There's a lot sitting in my parking lot on my Trello board because I know this. If you confuse people, you won't buy. So if you're listening to this and you have one foot in your travel agency and one foot in your network marketing business selling Mary Kay, you're not going to be good at either. You just aren't. Okay. So clarity sells with that. Lesson 8, email lists are gold. Social media is borrowed land. I was put in Facebook jail even earlier this year, and it still has really affected my reach even though I'm out of it. My monetization for Facebook, I was getting over $100 a month for just my personal page. I think I got like 16 cents last week. So really disappointing there, but a very good reminder that social media is borrowed land. Email lists are gold. Email, you make way more money off of that than your social media. Your list is yours. Again, we have other episodes about this. Lesson 9, your business will grow as much as your mindset grows. And if you don't believe if you don't believe this is possible, you'll subconsciously sabotage it every time. Lesson 10, charge more. With our travel businesses, if you're listening to this as a travel advisor, you might be like, well, I don't charge fees. So how do I charge more? Add upsells. Okay, get upsells in there. Make sure you're asking people every time, book insurance, which you want to do that legally anyway. But can I get you the transfers? Can we add on some extra excursions? Whatever. Most entrepreneurs are undercharging, just straight across. Lesson 11, the right clients make your business fun. This is something too with my travel agency. The right agents on my team make this fun. The wrong agents are going to make you question everything. The wrong clients are going to make you question everything. It's not worth it. The wrong people are not worth it. We don't want the wrong people. We want to repel them, right? Lesson 12, your network is one of your most valuable assets. Life, business, whatever. Relationships matter more than algorithms. You would not believe the number of times that my Facebook friends have come in clutch. They have recommended, I got so many recommendations when the storms hit our house earlier this month, ruined our barn. Like, I literally was driving home. I should record an episode about this, but I was driving home and I'm about a half mile from my house and I see a barn roof go flying through the air. We had a horrible windstorm here in Ohio. It was mine. And when it went flying through the air, it tore the roof off the top of my house. It ruined our chimney, so we had to get new siding, just like all these things. And the number of people who sent recommendations and just well wishes, and most of them I've never even met in person. A lot of them I have though, but again, network, invaluable. Lesson 13, travel changes how you see the world and yourself. Honestly, it's one of the reasons I love helping people travel. And I don't even care if you're listening to this and you're not a travel entrepreneur. Travel, get out of the country, especially if you can. Our country is amazing. And a lot of Americans, and I'm trying not to get political here, but we are living with curtains on our eyes. We don't understand the world. We don't understand our place in the world. Get out and learn about the world. Okay, get out and learn about the world. Get out and learn about other countries and cultures, and not just in the all inclusives. Like, really get out into the world. Be a tourist, or I'm sorry, don't be a tourist, be a traveler. They're different. Lesson 14, you're allowed to pivot. We talked about this at the beginning. Your business can evolve as you evolve. Your life can evolve as you evolve, right? We're not a tree. We are meant to grow and learn and evolve as we go along. Lesson 15, some ideas will fail. It's data, not defeat. That's what we say. It's data. It's learning, right? Because if everything succeeded the first time we did it, how boring would that be? We would never have to pivot. We would never have to be creative. I would be bored, honestly. Now, if they're all failing, that's a problem, but some will fail. Lesson 16, speed matters in business. Momentum matters. You don't need 6 months to launch something new. Put it out there. Tweak it then and strategize for the next time, but let's just put it out there, friend, and see what happens. Lesson 17, most people quit right before things start working. I'm sure you've seen that meme of the miners in the gold mine, and they're chipping away and they give up and they're like an inch away from hitting the jackpot. Success often comes right after an awkward phase like that, right? After working and working and working, in those nights where you're like, is this ever going to work? It will. It will. Just keep going. Stay consistent. Stay asking, what am I trying to say here? Stay curious about why things are working and why they're not. Stay consistent and really give it your all, and give it your all for a good amount of time. Not 6 months, right? A good amount of time. Lesson 18, confidence comes from action. The way to get more confident is to put yourself out there, and it can be awkward, and we want it to be the other way around, but so many times it is not. It comes from putting in the reps and getting good at it and failing forward. I mean, this is what, my 400th and I don't even know, 446th episode, maybe somewhere around in there. Do you think I showed up and just turned this camera on 446 episodes ago and felt this natural doing this? No, not at all. Now I just feel like I'm having another conversation with a client or a friend. And I don't really think twice about it. Like, you'll probably see in a lot of my videos, if you head to my YouTube, the majority of them, I'm not wearing makeup. I'm in like a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and I'm just casually just chatting as I'm recording these, just sharing the things, right? Because the confidence comes from action and from doing the things. Lesson 19, people buy from people they trust. Show your personality. You don't just have to be posting things about your business. Let people get to know the real you. What do you believe in? What do you love? What kind of music? What kind of books do you read? Do you read books? Who's your dog, right? I want to know all these things about you before I give you my money and start to trust you. Where are we at? Lesson 20. You don't need to be the biggest to be successful. You just need to have the right audience and the right product and really love what you are doing, and you will find the success. Lesson 21. Community changes everything. Entrepreneurship is so much easier when you don't do it alone. So this community can be a community that you create, and hopefully it is, whether that's in a Facebook group or just the people that enjoy talking online. This can be from group trips you host. This can be from different networking events, or heck, your Pilates group. Maybe you have a group of women who go to Pilates together. You have a book club. You go every year to the same conferences, the same business groups, and you see the same people. Maybe these are people from your travel agency. Have the communities. The communities in your corner will mean so much to you. Lesson 22, your first sale is magical, but your 100th sale is proof that the system works. Keep going. Lesson 23, the internet rewards people who show up, as will your business, even when they don't feel like it. Lesson 24, you cannot outwork a broken strategy. Work smarter, not harder. Find the strategies. We are living, friends, in the easiest time to build something online. Like, it has never been easier to build a business. Heck, we have online. People didn't even have the internet 30 years ago, right? We have all of these resources, and not only do we just have the internet, we have AI, we have systems, we have things like Turn, we have things like YouTube and podcasts where we can learn, and we can really take advantage of everything that is out there. if we put in the time and the strategy to doing it. So work smarter, not harder. Lesson 25. Sometimes the problem isn't the effort. Sometimes the problem is the positioning, or you're doing something that you're not meant to be doing. Like this, maybe this isn't your calling. Um, and sometimes it can be really, really hard to figure that out. Years and years and years of figuring that out. Like that was me with my network marketing. One of my network marketing teams is I was like, I really thought that was going to be the thing that I quit teaching to do forever. And looking back, I'm like, whoa, that was so wrong, right? You don't know until you know. Lesson 26. Your story matters more than you think. People connect to stories and I know what you might be thinking. Well, I'm just ordinary. I don't have the sad sob story that catches other people's attention. People are going to connect with you because you are human, right? I have so many stories that they're so like normal and average, but when I share them to people, they're cracking up or they're finding it so relatable because I'm just an average normal person, right? So don't be afraid to share those things that you might feel are stupid or just so simple, because those are connecting with people and your story matters. Lesson 27. You don't need thousands of followers to make money. You need the right followers. So this one kind of goes with one I had before. Um, but I know you have heard and seen people, or you've met people and they're super successful, and you go to their like Instagram page or Facebook page and you're like, but there's like 563 people following you. I thought I needed 10,000. I thought I needed 100,000. Those are all just metrics. They're all just metrics. We don't care. We don't need the vanity metrics. Lesson 28. Fear of judgment keeps more people stuck than lack of knowledge. Wait, is that this? Yeah. Most people aren't watching you nearly as close as you think. And if they are, there are ways, friends, that we can block them from different posts, right? They don't need to be knowing all your stuff. If your mom seeing things, your Aunt Jane seeing things gets in your head, your friend Susie from college, okay, one, we can just get those people out of our lives if we can. But I know that's not always possible, especially with family. Block them. Block them from stuff. They don't need to know that they're on a restricted list on Facebook or, on not able to see your things anymore. Like you can just have them click to unfollow your profile. They don't need to know. Lesson 29. Learning sales is one of the most valuable skills you can develop, because if you can sell, you can survive in business, but you have to sell or you don't have a business. Lesson 30. Momentum is powerful. When something starts working, double down. Put in the time. Everything else goes away. Focus on that thing that's working and keep it going. Keep the momentum going. Keep the rock rolling down the hill. We don't want to be pushing the boulder back up because we lose the momentum. Lesson 31, and this one is a hard one for me, is rest is productive. Burnout helps no one. And I have been there in life, business, business multiple times, multiple different businesses. And not only rest is productive in the way that it prevents burnout, it prevents you from getting sick. I've been sick so much this year, and mine's not entirely from rest. I do have autoimmune issues, and I get sick a lot. I also have horrible allergies, and a deviated septum, which then triggers all the sinus infections, right? Both times of the year, I have spring and fall allergies. All that to say, I know that taking care of myself is very, very important, because I cannot run a business if I can't show up. And I can't show up if I'm feeling like crap, whether that is from lack of sleep. So I'm very careful about the amount of sleep I get and the quality of sleep that I get. And I try my hardest to be the healthiest I can, moving my body, scheduling that movement in, eating well, taking my vitamins, all those things that we say that we should be doing. I try really hard. Now, am I human and I fall off the wagon? Absolutely. And then I get back on, because I know that I have to be the healthiest, best version of myself to show up for myself, to show up for my business. Lesson 32, investing in yourself speeds up everything. Courses, the CRMs, coaching, mentorship, the retreats, the conferences. Let's go. We're investing in ourselves because we believe in ourselves. Lesson 33, your dream business will probably look different than you imagine. Your dream life will probably look different than you imagine too. And that's okay. Like, I love to look back and find things that I was ideating and really yearning over 10 years ago, because some of it's the same. but a lot of it's completely different, right? That changes as we grow and as we develop and become an even better human being. Our desires change and it's okay. Have that time to dream. Like I'm almost getting ready to do, I say almost, it's a goal of mine to do that again this week, is like to really sit down, to meditate, to clear my head and really think, okay, what is my dream life? What does it look like? What is my dream business? What does it look like? What does my dream travel agency look like? What does my dream podcast look like? All these things. I want to really hone back in and make sure to do that and ask myself that question to make sure that I'm not getting off track too much. Am I on the right path? You're the only one who knows that. Lesson 34, celebrate your wins. Entrepreneurs, perfectionists, type A, we move the goalposts too fast. Take time to celebrate when you make those wins before you move the goalpost, and share it with other people. Why are we so afraid of patting ourselves on the back? The people who love you and those people who are hopefully following you are going to celebrate along with you. And that's going to be, that extra added street cred that you're getting in there too. So get those wins out there. Let people know when you're booking the trips, when you're hitting those milestones, whatever a win is for you. You worked out every day this week. Share it. Let other people pat you on the back too. Lesson 35, and this one was really hard. Not everyone will support you, and that's okay. If you haven't read Mel Robbins' book, Let Them, or the Let Them Theory, this one is a really good one to go along with this. You might have heard my story about how the woman who is my best friend, probably my adult best friend, sabotaged my business and did not support it at all. And we no longer speak. And it was just kind of accumulation of a lot of things where I was realizing that our values did not align, even though it looked like they did. And I didn't want to be in the mean girl club. That's not me. That's not the way I believe. And she didn't support me. And that's all I'll say about that. And we don't talk anymore. And it's really sad. Like her dad comments on my Facebook posts all the time. Not all the time anymore. Often, probably once a week. If not once a week, a couple times a month. And I never talked to them about it. But they were really close and it was really hard for me to cut that tie. And I know I am better without that tie. So not everyone's going to support you. A lot of times it's the people closest to us who just don't get it. I've gone into this on previous episodes. Let me know if you want me to go into this a little deeper on kind of the mindset around why that happens and how to kind of heal from that, or what to do about that. But I know this was a big thing of okay, is this business worth it? There was just all kinds of stuff that went around this. But not everyone's going to support you, and that's okay because the right people will. And you will know deep down in your heart, is this something that you are willing to lose out on some of those things for? Are you willing to weed out some of those people that were toxic for you in order to have something that could be really, really awesome? I was, and I'm glad I did. Okay, lesson 36. Helping people is the best marketing. Serve first. Let people, don't be afraid. I hear all the time, especially in travel agent groups, people asking for advice, but they didn't book with you. Yes, it's annoying, and I don't think you should always give everything away, but I do think there's a time and place for helping a little bit and giving a little bit of what you do so that they have a taste of it. So hopefully next time they will book with you. Now, if this is a frequent thing and they're always asking for your best Disney tips and whatever, and they never book with you, that's a problem. Or if they're with another travel agent, right? But helping people first, it's the best marketing. This is the way I go about my content. This is what I do with people in conversation as well, as long as I have time. Now, if I am overworked, I'm not answering Facebook messages for people who didn't book their Disney trips with me, right? Sorry. I'll respond to you in a couple weeks, maybe if I have time. And if you haven't traveled yet, great. And if you have, sorry, you should have booked with me. Lesson 37. If you love travel, there are more ways than ever to turn it into an income. And yes, being a travel advisor is one of them. And yes, this is a little bit of a shameless plug, but I don't even care, right? Because I do know that there are a lot of women who have followed this show for a long time who are not travel advisors yet. If you're interested in joining an amazing agency, obviously I invite you to explore it with mine. And I want you to also remember that the only way to have a job and travel is not to be a travel advisor. You could work for a cruise company. Maybe if you already are a travel advisor, maybe you want to look into creating port guides that advisors can buy for clients, or things that are even maybe client facing. I don't know. So there are a lot of ways to get creative with this. We can make another episode about this if you want specific ideas for travel advisors. I do have a ton of episodes on this, though, in past episodes, maybe about 100-ish back, about monetizing your business in a different way. There's one like 10 ways to monetize your business. And I give lots of ideas from courses and memberships and retreats and all kinds of other things. So go back and find that episode if that relates to you. Lesson 38. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need the next step. And this one is one that I am still working on, guys. My coach tells me all the time when I come to things, because I'm like, okay, especially with setting up this travel agency. And I have told her, given her all these different scenarios. And she's like, Lindsay, you do know you're not tied to this one thing like right now. Like, we are building this right now. And in a year from now, if you decide that you want to change something about your contract, if you want to change your CRM, if you want to do these, you're allowed to, right? And I'm like, yes, I do know that. And I hear you. And I know what you're saying is very logical. And I'm still feeling like I need to have it all figured out, but we don't. We just need the next step. Make the next step, then the next step, then the next step, and then we'll figure it out as we go along, right? So if you're a big person planner like me, this one can be very difficult, but I encourage you to try to remind yourself about that. And last one, lesson 39. Build a life that you don't need to take a vacation away from. Like, I love the vacations. I love traveling, like I've said. And take the amazing vacations anyway, right? So put in the time to build something and to create something. Friends, we have one life. This is it, you know? And I do believe that we have souls, and I do believe, that we have past lives, and, hopefully our souls will come back and all these things. And right now, in this current moment, this is the best. This is it. This is all you got, right? So how are we going to work with it? How are we going to make our time here the most valuable? Like, we are squeezing every ounce of juice out of our lemon, our lemon of life. We are squeezing it all out. How, like, when you hear that, when you really sit with that, how does that make you feel? Like, if you were like, this is it, like, you found out tomorrow you're gone. Are you happy with how you have lived your life? And hopefully the answer is yes. And if the answer is no, here's the good news. Most likely, you have more days than tomorrow. You have the opportunity to make some positive changes in your life right now. You just need the next best step. What is that going to be? What do you need to do? And most likely, friends, this isn't even talking about your business right now, right? This is your life. Do you need to repair a relationship? Do you need to make more time for you? Do you need to have some hard conversations with your loved ones so that you can get childcare, so that you do have an extra hour for yourself? Do you need to actually start taking your business seriously so that you have the income, so that you would be able to do the things that you want to do? Do you need to book that trip? Because you do have the income, you just need to be freaking book it, right? What do you need to do to build a life that you don't need a vacation from? And then book some vacations. Anyway, like the one that I'm on, hopefully right now. Okay, so those are the 39 lessons I have from life and entrepreneurship before my 39th birthday. Some I learned the easy way. Many I learned the hard way. Lots of tears along the way. But all of them have helped shape the business and life that I'm building today. And if you're listening to this episode thinking, I want more freedom, I want more travel, I want more income, just know it is possible. You just have to start. You have to be the leading lady in your life. And I know you can be. I know it. Just start acting like it and show up like her. So if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. Take a screenshot, share it in your stories, tag me, tell me your biggest takeaway, wish me a happy birthday, leave me a review. It helps more people discover the show. And thank you so much for being here and being a part of the Passports, Profits, and Pixie Dust community. Until next time, go out there, create and own your magic, and keep building a business and life filled with love and life. A life filled with life. Basically, that's the motto, friends. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.